Hey everyone, welcome back to the Good Girl Box. Today's episode is a vital one, and it's all about why we need to talk to the boys and men in our lives about misogyny. You might wonder why this conversation is so important. After all, it can feel like we've come so far in terms of equality. But the reality is, misogyny is still deeply ingrained in our society. It's in our language, our media, and even in the subtle, everyday interactions we might overlook. And if we don't actively teach against it, we run the risk of letting it continue to thrive. To start, let's define what we're talking about. Misogyny is a form of prejudice that devalues women. It's a bias or hatred, sometimes very subtle and sometimes outright hostile, toward women and anything deemed feminine. It can look like gender stereotypes, controlling behaviors, unequal pay, lack of respect for boundaries, or the trivializing of issues that disproportionately impact women. For the men in our lives, this isn't just a women's issue. The devaluation of women leads to unhealthy power dynamics, broken relationships, and even unfulfilled lives. Teaching men to recognize, address, and stand against misogyny is about creating a healthier society for everyone. Misogyny hurts everyone, not just women. When boys and men are raised to feel they need to be better than or superior to women, it limits them emotionally, socially, and psychologically. It fosters a sense of entitlement, control, and often leaves men feeling empty because of their lack of real, equal connection with the women in their lives. Teaching boys and men about misogyny helps them form better, healthier relationships. It teaches them respect, accountability, and helps build strong communication skills. These lessons empower them to stand up for what's right, to be allies, and to see women as equals and collaborators. So, where do we start? Here are a few steps to begin the conversation. 1. Define it in real terms. Explain what misogyny is, using examples that are relatable. Misogyny can be subtle, like interrupting women more frequently in meetings or dismissing their ideas, or explicit, like harassment. Use examples that help men and boys see where these patterns come up in their lives. 2. Use media as a tool. Television shows, movies, and even music often portray misogyny, sometimes under the guise of comedy or just joking. Encourage them to think critically about the media they consume. Ask questions like, how does this portray women? Or, what message is this sending about women's value? 3. Teach empathy through connection. Encourage boys and men to consider how they would feel if the women they love were subjected to demeaning or harmful treatment. If they can connect on a personal level, they're more likely to feel the importance of standing against misogyny. 4. Challenge harmful stereotypes. Misogyny is often built on outdated stereotypes, like the idea that women are too emotional to lead or that men shouldn't express vulnerability. Address these stereotypes openly, explaining that they're both untrue and damaging to everyone. 5. Encourage allyship. Emphasize the importance of being an ally to women. This means speaking up when they see misogynistic behavior, supporting equal opportunities, and genuinely respecting women's voices. Encourage boys and men to listen more and take women seriously, understanding that equality isn't about diminishing men, but raising everyone to a level playing field. Practicing what we preach as women, we can model what healthy boundaries and expectations look like in our relationships with the men in our lives. By speaking up when we feel disrespected or by addressing comments that may carry undertones of misogyny, we help those around us learn. If you're a mother, sister, partner, or friend, it can be powerful to set an example by holding men accountable. When boys and men see women they care about expecting respect and equality, it starts to change their perception. They see that misogyny isn't harmless or normal, but something that real, powerful women don't tolerate. Building a better future together. Conversations about misogyny are not just about calling out behavior, they're about building better connections. By teaching boys and men to respect women, we open doors for greater mutual understanding, partnership, and growth. It allows men to become allies in the journey toward equality, to be the ones who say, "I'm here to support you," rather than adding to the obstacles women face. Ultimately, educating boys and men about misogyny isn't about tearing anyone down, it's about lifting everyone up. It's about making sure that the world we live in is one where everyone is free to be respected, valued, and empowered. It's about creating a world where women aren't simply surviving, but thriving, where their voices are heard, their autonomy respected, and their rights protected. So let's keep having these conversations. Let's keep challenging stereotypes, and let's keep raising men who stand by women as true equals. Thanks for tuning in to the Good Girl Box. If you're committed to fostering respect and equality, share this message with the men in your life. Remember, by standing together and educating those around us, we're creating a legacy that breaks cycles of prejudice and fosters genuine connection and respect.